What's up, everybody? J.R. Raymond back again, coming to you from Classic Lanes here in Rochester Hills, Michigan, where today we're going to talk a little bit about the spine tilt, how far forward you bend or how far forward you don't bend, how it can affect your release and some of the things inside your game. Because as we know, all these little key elements that I keep bringing up, they actually impact each other in one way or another. So we're going to talk about this here in a minute. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, thanks for watching both the Life's Traction Control channel and the BowlerX.com channel. We try to make as much content as we possibly can for the bowlers to help you guys get as good as you can as bowlers. So please head over to patreon.com/Life's Traction Control and support the LTC show if you can. If you can't, no big deal. Just make sure to head over and hit that share button. Share it with all the bowlers across the world. Share it with all your friends all over all your social media platforms, and just help us spread the word so we can make bowlers better and do a little bit more for the sport of bowling. All right, welcome back. We want to try and create the most leverage we possibly can. And we've always talked about where we get our hand, how to get into a good position, playing that inside part of the ball. Well, where you bend your waist and how much you bend your waist can affect on whether you're on top of the ball, to the inside of the ball, to the outside of the ball. All these things come into play if you bend over too far or don't bend over enough. So what we want to try to do is we want to try to figure out how much should I actually bend over. Now, I've seen people who they literally let go of the ball and they're here trying to let go of it and going out on the lanes. And then I've seen people stand straight up and then they let it go from up here, you know? So I think a lot of the times when people are bent over really far, it's because they're trying to get closer to the lane because they've been told, hey, you know, you need to get it closer to your ankle, or you need to not get it out on the lane so far, you need to set it down on the lane. So their first instinct is to just bend over and get closer to the lane. And that's not what we want to do. All the bending really should come from your legs. So in order to get lower, we actually want to just bend at the legs, not necessarily with your waist. So what happens with the extreme bend is when the ball's in our hand, you'll notice right here, if I'm in basically a vertical position, my hand stays behind it pretty good, but now I'm too high, I'm too far away from the ankle. But if I bend over now trying to get it closer, what happens to my hand? Now my hand gets on top of the ball, okay? I have a really hard time getting underneath the ball from here. And my hand has a tendency to go forward and to the outside because now my shoulder has to go forward when I bend down. Trying to keep your shoulder upright and throw it from here is super uncomfortable and almost impossible. Nobody's really gonna be able to do it properly from there, unless you're a two-hander like Anthony Simonson, who gets bent vertically and now you can hold it through there all the way through. So what we want to do is we want to try to just bend with our legs a little bit more, keep our waist a little bit more upright. And when we get here, now again, we start in this position. As we get lower, now we can still keep our hand underneath, but now our waist stays up. We're right next to the ankle and our hand can stay to the inside, and we can go to the outside if we want. But now look what happens if I go forward. See where my hand goes? Now my hand goes forward to the top of it. That's what we're trying to prevent. We don't want that to happen. So the next time you go and practice, maybe try doing some no-step drills. Just standing at the line, making sure you're in a good position, getting nice and low, creating leverage. Now you don't have to be, the ball doesn't have to be inches off the lane. It doesn't have to be that way. I would just say, make sure the ball is between your knee and your ankle. So right somewhere in your calf, I think you'll be okay. If it's right at your knee or above your knee, you're probably gonna wanna get a little bit lower with your knees. Now, if you have bad knees, you're kind of in trouble. We're gonna have to try to just adjust with, you know, having to stay a little bit more straighter up and just making sure the ball just goes out and down the entire way. So just try these things when next time you practice and see how it helps you. But that's all I got for you today. Create a little bit more leverage, a little bit better hand position. And until next time, we'll see you guys later. Take care.